and I was in Forever 21, and I was walking near the escalator, and there was this girl who came in, and she tapped on my shoulder, and her her brother was, I think, next to her, and then she just stopped talking, and then he's like, my sister is a big fan. And more than me, like my mom was like so happy, and she's like, oh my god, like what is happening? And I, like, it's so overwhelming. It's a great feeling.
How it all started for you, like the fashion journey, how blogging happened to you. Like we can't, like we have to begin it from there.
Okay, so I have been blogging since about 5.5 years now. Okay, and I started when I was in college. So I took up BMM, that's mass media, in journalism, because I wanted to write. I wanted to do fashion journalism, and that's when the whole blogging concept had just come into play in India. And that's when I thought that, what is better than writing for myself about fashion? What I was going to do for magazines, I could rather do for myself, and that's how it began. Ever since I was a kid, me and my sister used to dress up and used to love, taking taking all these pictures and going out, like even during these. These college fashion shows and all. I was a very into child. I used to get very excited to go for all these things. So I've always had a knack for fashion.
And how has been your journey? 5 years. 5 years is a long time.
So, my journey has actually been great. In the middle, for like a year, this was 2 years ago, I started flying. So I've taken like a break from vlogging, and I think that is one thing that I regret doing the most. I mean, I'm not taking a break, I was still vlogging, but I just wasn't getting enough time to put out the amount of content I used to, 2 years before that and 2 years after that. So I decided to quit and, get back to just fashion vlogging, because I couldn't do anything else apart from it. And that's when I realized, and that's when I quit.
And when we're talking about fashion blogging, and since it is in your blood, like you literally grew on this, how will you differentiate yourself from other content creators or other fashion enthusiasts?
I feel everybody is great in their own, space and sphere, but definitely I do believe that, because I am so comfortable in my own skin. I've already tried doing something else and decided that, okay, I can't do that. This is what I want to do. I'm sticking to it. And even the sense of style that I put out, I will never just I have never in the past 5 years gone over the top just because I'm a fashion influencer. I'll always stick to my style. I know that there are a lot of times that, to show and to prove that you're a fashion influencer, you have to do a lot of different styles, and a lot of people look great while they do it. But I'd rather focus on what my personal style is, which is very comfortable and very chic, and put that out for people to see. And maybe that is what makes me different.
And when we're talking about, like we're talking about your content creation, your different, um, what goes like, can you take me like to BTS of your content creation? How mad scenes are there?
Okay, so it is very difficult for a fashion influencer to, the as glamorous as it looks, it's not that glamorous. I mean, there have been a lot of times, at least initially, where we were changing on the roads when we didn't have these locations, where we used to overlap like 5 to 6 outfits. At least I know I've done it, and a lot of my friends have done it. We used to overlap these 5 to 6 outfits so that, we finish with like 5 changes in a day and remove it. Then we click the second one, and it's just you and the photographer, and you're running around from here to there, when, you weren't as established and you didn't have a lot of, places as locations and everything set. So I've seen it through that time also. But of course, when you go, right now, the BTS would be very, I plan, my shoot with the team. I discuss the brief, I've done the concept, then I go, I talk to the videographer about the same thing. we match our synergies, and then we when it's the actual day of the shoot, mostly I love doing my makeup myself, unless it's very it's like a shoot that I have to go somewhere and shoot for the brand. If it's just me doing it for my personal page, I love doing my makeup by myself and hair. So I do my makeup, I do my hair, then I get dressed to go in for the shoot. We finish the shoot, and the feeling after you finish the shoot is amazing. It's absolutely amazing when you get the content and then you send it for approval and then it's approved. That's a great feeling.
So while we you said that you used to layer up, and how was that? Like, it's an interesting bit to know. Like, how was that? Do you have any memory of it, that okay, one time it happened or so, something like that?
So once I had gone to Carter Road, okay, and we were shooting. I walked barefoot right in the middle of those rocks to like go inside and get like this one shot that I wanted. And I remember that I had to wear a dress right after that. So I'd worn shorts, a crop top. So the basic thing that I used to wear in the end was like these shorts and these crop tops. And then I used to layer it with a dress, and then I used to layer it with something, like pants, and then a top or a shirt or something. Because then one outfit is done, okay, then you remove it, because you can't even like, change on the road, and especially not here, I'm sure you can't do it. There are, so many people ogling at you. So I used to remove it. And I remember like the first outfit I used to shoot, which used to be like the last one that is overlap. I used to be sweating so much. And I'm somebody who doesn't sweat at all. But like I've layered it so much, and in the Mumbai heat, it was, I will never forget those times when I've had to, change keeping all these outfits overlap. So we've come really far from that to today. So I'm very happy.
I mean, I people think that outdoor shoot is fun, but this is not.
No, not at all fun. Now we still, now things are still changed. I mean, if we go out, we'll know that, okay, let's not shoot more than two outfits. But at that point, with, there was college, and then there was other work, and it wasn't like your main profession, because you weren't, this wasn't the main thing at that point when you've just begun. So there were so many other things to do that you used to try to finish most of your work in those 2-3 days in a week that you used to shoot. So we used to wear like five, six outfits, and try to get done with them so that we have content ready for the rest of the week until we shoot again. So yeah.
How will you describe yourself? Or if I'll walk in right now, how will I find Sonali? Just off screen, off social media.
So I think like I'm basically the same person who just doesn't have as much coffee, because I keep posting these stories of like 5-6 times a day where I'm having coffee. But I am a coffee addict, but I don't have that much of coffee. But apart from that, I think I am basically the same person. I obviously don't, roam around with like, these different vibrant colors of, makeup on my eyes constantly, or things like that. I'm very comfortable in my house, and I just like to relax and chill. I want to, dress up and everything just for my shoots and when I'm actually going out with my friends. So I love doing that. But apart from that, I feel like I am the same person. When I'm in a bad mood, even that is up on my social media. When I'm in a great mood, even that is up on my social media. So I've made it my life, and I'm living it just exactly the same.
And if I'm walking right now, if the things are normal, considering going back, how will I find you? Like, you'll be sitting and having a cup of coffee, casual in your pajamas, all dressed up. How will it be?
So I will definitely be in my loungewear, chilling in my house. I'll be watching some Netflix. I'll definitely have coffee or wine in my hand, for sure. And I'm going to be chilling. My dog is going to be here. My cats are going to be with me, and I'm just going to relax. That's just how it is. I'm exactly the same person. I'm definitely not sitting dressed in my house every morning. I don't do that. That is something that people have a misconception about fashion influencers, but no, that's not what I'm doing. And because I've been dressing up for so long now, I feel like, those times when I just get to sit and chill, I'd just like to do that. So, yeah.
Okay, and how was 2020 for you? Like, how was lockdown for you? Because things changed drastically for fashion bloggers, for content creators, for the industry overall changed a lot. So, how was it for you? Because for
Um, Work-wise, 2020 has just started catching up, and it started catching up really well right now. So the past 2 months, but initially it was as badly hit as any other profession. There were no, brand collaborations, and there wasn't a lot of work. So all the work that a person had to do was create their own content and own personal style. And I think the amount of content I created during the lockdown I've never created in my 5 years of influencing. I was posting videos every day. I made over 100 IGTV videos, and reels still came in a little later towards the lockdown, but I made, like, I've covered more than 100 videos in IGTV and 1 minute videos of makeup and fashion, because you know when you have work you don't realize how much of work you have it, but when it's not there and start to miss it, that time you'll be doing anything to actually get onto that work and do it. So I think for me the lockdown was great. I've never had such a big boost in my followers ever. It took me like 2.5 to 3 years, I think 3.5 years to reach 100K, but in this lockdown I've crossed another 150. So I feel like now my followers are around 280 or 290, and that is only because I was so consistent with my content. So I think this is something for all fashion influencers to, consistency is the key.
personally, how was it for you? Like, how any lockdown tale that you want to share? How was it like staying?
Uh, my stay was great. I was actually staying with Gaurav, and he's my boyfriend, and we were living together, and it was amazing. I thought we were going to have crazy fights because we both are people who are very hot-headed, and we keep fighting a lot. But for us, during the lockdown, in fact, it was a great time that we actually got to know each other. I was cooking so much, and I discovered that I'm a really good cook. So I was cooking, and we both put on so much weight because we were just eating throughout the day. And I just feel that it was a really good experience. This wasn't needed in this way, of course, because of COVID, but I think it was needed. Everybody needed like a little, stop and like a little pause in their lives to actually discover the better things.
And how was creating content with Gaurav? Because we saw a couple of videos, funny videos.
It is not at all fun. He is a perfectionist, and I am just like, I want to do it and I want to get done. And like, if I start doing it, I get done in like the first two, three, you know, um, takes or whatever it is. Gaurav will get so irritated. He'll make me do the thing like 6 to 7 times, and I get so frustrated. It's not at all fun. Of course, I've learned a lot. We both have learned a lot about each other, and we both have been shooting like constantly each other's content. And I know nobody could do it better for me, and I'm talking for him also, and nobody could do it better for him. But it is really difficult shooting with your partner. I mean, if y'all are like us, like those were the only fights we must have had during the lockdown for sure.
Okay. And do you remember when you you realize that okay, I've arrived, like I've made a mark in this industry now, or any moment which you think that okay, all the efforts you did in the past is worth this moment. So
I had a meetup in collaboration with Lakme for Lakme Fashion Week, and honestly, it was my first meetup. So I was so scared to announce it because I was like, who's gonna come to meet me? I mean, like, what have I done? But surprisingly, there were a lot of people that turned out, and the brand made me choose, how many people I want, and then I had to like, shortlist it and cut down on people, and that was something that was, great. Like that was a great feeling because that's when I actually felt like, okay, I'm actually, influencing people. People are actually reading what I'm, writing and what I'm posting, and people are actually interested in. I think that was a game changer for me during this entire journey.
And you do you remember the first time somebody like tapped you and said, "Hey," in public, like, "Hey, I know you. You're Sonali. We follow you." Anything like that?
Yeah, of course. I was in fact in Infinity too. I'd gone with my mom for shopping, and I was in Forever 21, and I was walking near the escalator, and there was this girl who came in, and she tapped on my shoulder, and her brother was, I think, next to her, and then she just stopped talking, and then he's like, my sister is a big fan. And more than me, like my mom was like so happy, and she's like, oh my god, like what is happening? And I like, it's so overwhelming. It's a great feeling.
Okay. And what is Sonali's alter ego will be like? If not fashion, what will you be doing? Like,
I've tried doing something else, and I don't think I'd want to ever do something else. But I
not
think
profession wise, but personally, if you're not crazy about fashion, then what else?
I'm I feel I could have, if I was smart enough, I would have definitely become a vet because I love animals, and I feel I, would really want to take care of them and, be able to help them out. So I think I would definitely do something in that field for like, animals. I would have definitely gone and done something in that field.
And what is your end goal, Sonali? Like, what do you want to do? Because 5 years you're doing this. What is still that goal point for you, or what which is for you? You work.
So I have two goals. I want to be, so the first one is that I want to be, somebody who actually makes a difference in this industry. I actually want to be known and, be taken very, very seriously and be capable enough to actually make that sort of a difference. And I want to open up a lingerie brand someday, sometime. Um, and hopefully it'll happen in a few years. And but that is something that I really, really want to do. Fingers crossed. Yeah, but that is, yeah.
Okay, looking forward to it.
Thank you.
Okay. Next, I just want to ask some quick questions. If you would like, it's more of like an up close and personal thing. So, what is something you did in your early days of content creation and you regret? Like,
I think that I didn't, at social events, I just went, I did my work, and I got out. And now I know like how important it is to like, for me to have actually spoken to people and done things. I think that is something that I regret. I would go, I would do this, I would do my work, I would take my stories, my content, and everything. I would leave. I wouldn't like, be. I'm not an extrovert. I'm an introvert, and
you didn't interact much.
I didn't interact much, and I should have. And now that I've been doing it, it actually makes a difference. So I feel like I should have just done it 5 years ago.
Okay, and what is your guilty pleasure?
My guilty pleasure is buying luxury handbags. So if I've just cracked a collaboration, that is great, and I know that I have to save up for something important. But if I see but then at the back of my head, I know that I have to buy a bag. I will spend that entire money on a bag. I won't spend that much money on anything else. I'm not shoe fanatic. I'm not a clothes. Of course, I love clothes, but I wouldn't spend that much on clothes, at least right now. But I would spend on a luxury handbag at any point. I think that's my guilty pleasure.
How many do you own now then?
I have lost count. I have so I have four cupboards. Okay, two of them are filled with clothes, but two of them are filled with handbags. And I'm a fan. Well, I don't know what to say.
Okay, and what will be the one outfit you can live forever, like you can stay forever with this, like any.
I'll stay in a sheer white shirt and white sweatpants forever, forever. So if I have to get on a Zoom call or interview with you, I'm wearing the white shirt and I'm looking formal. And if I have to lie down and chill with scotch, then I'm wearing sweatpants and I'm chilling. So that would be my go-to outfit.
And three things that you can steal from Gaurav's wardrobe.
He anyway keeps telling me that everything I've taken, I get him things which I know that I can wear, in the next few days. I know that okay, once he wears it, then I'm gonna wear it. So I love his collection of sweatshirts. I get him a lot of sweatshirts. For the only reason that I can get to wear it because it's amazing. But I love his collection of sweatshirts. Even his shirts are great. I would have stolen his Jordans for sure, but I know that that is something he won't give me. They're shoes, and he loves shoes, and they won't fit me also, so that I'll leave with him. But all his other stuff, I think I'll definitely take. Like I've been taking.
Okay, one thing that you like about this profession and one thing you dislike about this profession.
So one thing that I love about the profession is that everybody gets to be their own self. Nobody has to, everybody's personal style is their personal style. Nobody can tell you how to do it. And you can just be you, and you can be real. But the bad thing about this profession is that people will always try to please the other person and never be themselves. So it's all interconnected. And yeah, I feel like that is the bad point.
Okay. Other than so everybody come home and they sanitize first. But in normal world, post, what is the one thing you do when you enter your home?
So the first thing that I do when I come home is that I play with Scotch.
Okay.
I give him a lot of cuddles. He's a very cuddly dog.
Okay. And what do you think? Like, because I'm talking to a fashion influencer, and I might take some tips from you. What do you think that will be a big fashion trend in 2025?
A big fashion trend. I think it's already on the verge of becoming a trend in 2020 because a lot of people have done it. But I think these two things are definitely going to become a hit in 2021. So styling with pants and shorts and different kind of things, that is definitely going to become a really big trend. And I think the color lilac is going to do wonders. I think a lot of people have started using it now, but I think the more it gets out there in the open and the more audience sees it, I think a lot of people are going to start using it, and they're going to do a lot of different things with that color.
Okay. And what is your personal social media ritual?
My personal social media ritual. Okay, so I wake up and I scroll and scroll for at least an hour. I don't want anybody to disturb me for an hour because I'm like scrolling and I'm in my sleep, but I'm like scrolling and checking what it is and what has to be done. Then I put out my first post. Okay, I have an alarm that goes out for my first post. I make sure that I put out at least. Earlier I used to put out 3. Now I make sure I at least put out 2 posts in a day. I try my best to do it. Whereas one is a reel and one is a picture. So, there's a mix of everything. And on the days I have to put an IGTV, of course, then I don't put like the reel. Then I start putting out stories systematically according to what I'm doing in a day. I'm definitely going out now because, the lockdown is happening. There's not much that, we're going out and we're trying to stay in as much as possible. But apart from that, on a normal day, I would be showing systematically where I'm going, which meetings I'm attending, what, where I've gone for lunch, where I've gone for coffee. So that is how my day goes. And I make it a point to post a good night story, no matter what, no matter where I am. I make it a point to post a good night and a good morning snap on my story.
Why do you do this? Like any person, like something
I,
attached to it?
yeah, I just feel that I used to do it. I used to not do it as like a habit earlier, but now it's become a habit because every time I used to do it earlier, I used to have a lot of people actually sending me DMs saying, good morning or good night, and a lot of people saying like, oh, this made my day. Like it used to, if it's either I sometimes just post a quote, or I post like a picture of my coffee, or I post like myself just smiling, whatever it is, or like me with one of my pets, anything. I get a lot of responses on that because I actually feel like people are actually seeing it and it's actually making somebody's day, or it's like a start to someone else's day, or it's like an end to someone's day. And I just feel like it's a habit, and it's a good habit to have. So
Thank you, Sonali. It was fun catching up with you. I mean, I learned how hard, like, I actually learned how hard it is for a fashion blogger. I mean, I know it goes a lot and lot in creating content. Nothing is that easy as we see. But thank you so much. It was fun talking
thank
to you.
you. Thank you. See you.